Hi guys, I know I haven't done a video for a while, but just showing you a video today on how to do a aftermarket head unit into a Nissan X-Trail. The main focus of it is to put a steering wheel remote control that comes with the head unit itself, so you can actually program it to the car. So for instance, you got the volume up, down, fast forward, rewind, source and telephone hang up and pick up or so. We're not going to be using a steering wheel control adapter or anything like that. We're just going to be using the one that comes with it. Okay, so you don't need to buy anything extra. Now in doing so, majority of the time it's going to have 3 wires. Okay, one will be the key input 1 or ground. Okay, and then you got input 1 and 2. Okay, so these will be 1 and 2, and then you got the ground. Okay, so technically the ground is normally the grey one. I'm not sure if you can see in the light there. So here you go, that'll be the ground, input 1, input 2. Okay, and in order to find out, you might most likely need a multimeter. Here we've got one already on. Put it to continuity, so when the 2 wires touch each other, you'll make a constant beep or so. So when you make contact, it's got to give you a constant beep. So I'm just filming while I'm holding with the other camera, with the other hand. Now, what we'll do is for the Nissan, it is, okay, this is a Nissan X-Trail 2013. Okay, let me show you where the cables are. Okay, so your negative, we're just gonna have to bolt it onto the chassis rails, not one of the rails here. Okay, so that gets a good earth. And on this loom here, we got constant, which is over here. I don't know if you can see it. You got your constant, your accessory, your these are speaker wires. Okay, so your constant is going to be like a brown one over here on the far right, if you're looking at the plug like that. Okay, and then on the left here you got a light blue wire. I'm not sure you can see that properly, but that on there is where your accessory wire is. And then in between them two will be speaker wires, and also if you can locate it, there is a grey wire that's underneath this purple one here. In there, if you can see, I'm not sure if you can see properly or so, sorry, but there you got, let me pull it out. Okay, and then I can show, trying to clear it up so you can see it properly also. Okay, put it over here so makes it better. Okay, so we got your purple on top and the grey on the bottom, and then we got your grey tan line over here. Okay, so these 3 will be your steering wheel control input. Okay, so I'm not sure if you can see that on the plug there. So you got your grey, your tan, and your purple. Okay, your grey will most likely be your ground, steering wheel control ground, and then your purple will be input 1, and your tan will be input 2. Okay, so let's hook it up and hope for the best. No, joking. I'll show you with the multimeter here. Okay, let me just turn it back on. So it's pretty hard to do this with one hand. Actually, I normally have like a little tripod that I can mount it or so, but bear with me, guys. Okay, so your ground will go into that one there. We just spliced it and just pop into it. Okay, and then input 1. You'll find input 1. Now, majority of these will be similar, from your Honda to your Nissan, Toyotas and stuff like that. It'll be very, relatively similar. Okay, not color wise or anything like that, but just there's always going to be like a ground and input 1 and input 2. Okay, so now that we've put into the black, which is the negative on the multimeter here, goes into the grey there, which is the steering wheel ground. Turn it on. Turn it on. Hopefully you can see that. Also, sorry, you need to have the ignition on. If you don't have the ignition on, it's not going to work. Okay, so it's not going to sense power to it. Okay, so now we go up, down, nothing. Up's got something. So let's go information, nothing. Let's go telephone. Oop, we've got a constant there on telephone. Volume up, we've got something. Volume down, we've got nothing. And source, we've got nothing. So that tells me on that input 1 Y has got telephone, has got fast forward or so input, and volume up. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3 source input on that 1 wire there. And if we go to the tan one, which is input 2, okay, just pop it in. Okay, that's input 2. I'll put it back on so you can see. So it should be down now. So we go, maybe I'll go that way. See, down, volume down, and maybe source as well. See, there we go. So that tells me that input 2 does rewind, negative volume, and also source. Okay, so that's how you do it, guys. And all we've got to do is just join it up to there's one here. I'm going to pause it, join it up, plug the head unit back in, and then I'll show you how to program it on the actual unit itself. Alright, so that's all nearly wired up and stuff. Just got to mount this onto there. Run the remote wire, run the microphone one down from the roof there, and I shall plug it in and show you the rest of it. Okay, welcome back. I'm just placed it in there. I haven't put any screws on anything yet, so we're just gonna turn it on the accessory. Yep, it works. Awesome. Let's try to do this one-handed. English, yes. Crossover, yes. Cancel demo, yes. Demo off. Awesome. Alright, let's go radio. Fast forward. Awesome. Picks up every station, even underneath this carport. So beautiful. Sounds good too. Okay, now let's go into menu or so, and we try to do this steering control. Display, tuner, BT, remote app, clock, demo, audio control, display, tuner setting, remote app, tuner setting. No, back out again. BT mode, no. What's this one here? Android list status, okay, back out. Don't need that one, back out. Source USB, Bluetooth, standby. Maybe sometimes some of these functions don't work unless you're in standby mode. So display, tuner, BT, remote app, system. There we go. Let's go in. Key beeps. Source select. User remote. Factory reset. Key beeps. I reckon it's this one. Go in here. So keys. Key 1. That's it. Press key to sign. Key 1. Go up. Fast forward. Set to fast forward. Here we go. Take up. Yes. Key 2. Sign. Rewind. Sit down. Okay. Key 3. Volume up. Volume up. Key 4. Enter. It is. Set the key. Volume down. Enter. Key 5. Okay. Power source. It says set a key. I'll go to source. On up or down. Mode. Mode. I think it is. Mode. Key 6. This is hold on the telephone. Yep, is it registered as the telephone thing? So let's have a look and see what option we've got here. Mode, on hook, off hook, voice, enter. Maybe we go voice, no. Maybe answer. Yep, there we go. And we've got all those, so yeah. Yep, alright. So let's get back out, press radio. Let's see if this works now. So write it down. Yep. Fast forward. Beauty. Yep, beautiful. That works. So you can see me pressing that down. Right here. Awesome. Alright guys, if you like this, give us a like, subscribe, thumbs up or so. Yeah, and if I make more videos, I'll put more up. Thanks guys, have a good day.